With only a lone centre-back coming in so far this window, fans have been left frustrated with the lack of business done by the Light Blues. However, in today's video, we are going to discuss some huge Rangers transfer news, as a deal for a defender is done after a confirmation has been made. We will discuss this in today's video whilst going over all the latest Rangers news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so as always, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to join our fast-growing community. But first, Rangers manager Clement has praised the collective effort of his squad as they continue to progress in both domestic and European competitions. Reflecting on recent performances, Clement highlighted the importance of squad depth during a time where he has been without several key individuals due to injury, suspensions, and registration issues, noting how several players have stepped up when called upon. Ross McCausland is the latest example after he impressed with a solid display as right full-back in the team's recent Europa League victory over Union Saint-Gilloise, a result that helped Rangers finish in the top 8 of the league phase and guarantees a last 16 spot. "It's really been a squad performance the last couple of months," stated Clement. "If you see how many players have played and had an important role, like yesterday with Ross McCausland coming in as right full-back, doing that role and doing it really well for the team. He had a really important say in where we ended at the end of the road, and almost all the squad have been important in one game or in several games." As Rangers prepare for the next stage of the Europa League, Clement spoke of the challenges faced along the way, particularly in terms of tough opposition. The Light Blues boss noted that Rangers had played the most difficult opponents in the league stage, facing 4 of the top 8 teams, while many others had fewer encounters with top caliber sides. "We were by far the team who played the most difficult opponents if you see it at the end of the road," Clement explained. "We were the only team in this top 8 who played against 4 other opponents. A lot of them played only against one or not even one of the top 8. That's a big difference. So that's a major thing. And also with all the absentees, of course, and we really had to puzzle deeply into the squads to get the results, but everybody rigged in. And we get also the points we deserved. It was every game we created a lot of chances. I think we scored the second most goals. There are only 2 teams who scored more goals than us in this group stage. So a lot of positives to take out of that." Anderlecht, Bodo Glimt, Fenerbahce and Twente are Rangers' possible opponents, but Clement insists that he has no preference and wants to return his focus to Scottish Premiership duties for the time being. He said, "No, I'm not suspicious and I know out of the past, if I think about one team for sure, it will not be that team. So that's my experience in those things. So no, we will see what we get. And we need to switch our minds fast now towards the competition again to focus on that." Now for some huge Rangers transfer news, Rangers have loaned out another young talent. Adam Devine has joined Queen's Park in the Scottish Championship until the end of the 2024-25 campaign. Devine, 21, was on loan at Motherwell for a short stint last season, and has predominantly featured for Rangers B team since returning. Queen's Park boss Callum Davidson was pleased to land the defender and have him available for their upcoming league games. He said, "I'm delighted to secure Adam's services for the second half of the season. He strengthens our defensive options, which was an area I was keen to boost during this window. Devine is another one who looked really promising when initially called up to the first team. However, the chances have been incredibly limited, and now 21 years old while still being loaned out to the second tier, it doesn't look very positive for the young lad in regards to his future at the club. With players like Jeff Tay, Hamza, Nsiala, and Ross McCausland all being around the same age as Devine and have all somewhat broken into the first team, leaves us wondering why the Scot can't do the same. However, we'd like to wish him all the best at Queen's Park, and let's hope he can come back even stronger. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. In other news, Raskin has commented on Tavernier's recent performances. Picture this, it's early October and James Tavernier trudges off the park at Ibrox. Philippe Clement has seen enough to remove his captain just after the hour mark, with French side Lyon leading 4-1 in a game that could yet feature more punishment for Rangers. Just a few months on at the same ground, how different is the mood? Tavernier is in a far better place, much like his team, and on Thursday evening put in an impressive performance at centre-back given a raft of injuries to the squad during a 2-1 win over Union. The 33-year-old saved Jack Butland's blushes with a clearance off the line and created his side's first goal thanks to a looping, world-class cross right onto the head of Raskin. Rangers haven't quite turned the desperate mood of last month, but it would be insincere to not regard qualification into the Europa League last 16 automatically as anything other than a sign of real progress. Tavernier, who's always done his leading and talking on the park, has played his part in another notable European achievement at the club, and don't his teammates know it? Raskin, who headed in the opener from a well-worked corner, wore the armband in Tavernier's absence earlier this month, and has emerged as a real leader in his own right. On the bench for that forgettable night against Lyon 4 months ago, Clement's Rangers team has a younger and leaner configuration come the end of the January transfer window, with Raskin right at the centre of that image. Tav is a leader, he's an example here. If you see him every day walking in, putting the standards high, it's amazing to be like this. An enthusiastic Raskin said when asked about the difficult moments his teammate has endured this season. We all learn a lot from James, and today's been amazing. 1 assist, some great saves. He's a top player, to be fair. We as a team never had doubts about his quality because we see what he shows us and what he's doing on the training ground. Sometimes football has a very small, how do you say that? People forget very quickly, but Tav is a Hall of Famer for the club, so that means something. You can't disappear in one game, or in one bad spell. Tav is the real leader, and like I said, we all learn a lot from him. It's just amazing to have him here to help us grow. For Raskin himself, this was a night to savour. Scoring only his second Rangers goal, the Belgian is only now consistently demonstrating the attributes that excited club and supporter alike when he walked through the door 2 years ago. Playing in his favoured number 6 role, the former Standard Liège man has dominated any midfield battle he's taken part in during the latest Europa League adventure. It's telling that supporters are singing Raskin's name over any other at the moment. After all the difficult moments I've had, I'm very proud. I can't thank them enough. I'm trying to give everything for the supporters on the pitch. I'm playing with some problems, but everybody's doing it. We do it for the club, we do it for the team. We're trying to go over the limit to get the job done. I think my position on the pitch allows me to be closer to other players, so it's good for me. And also, if the one in front of me is doing the job correctly, it helps me also. It's normal for me to try and put them in a good position. The question for Clement, Raskin, and others is what next? Rangers' place in the last 16 provides a winnable tie against one of FC Twente, Fenerbahce, Bodo, Glimt, or Anderlecht for a place in the top 8. A final in Spain, Ibrox back to its lively self on European nights, having shown an ability to battle with the best in this year's competition, could Rangers do something special in Europe again, much like the road to Seville in 2022? Yeah, it's a very big achievement. I think when you look back to the draw, there were not many people who were confident that we could go for the top 8, but we put ourselves in a very good position before that game. We knew we had some little chance to be in pre-match, we just had to come out and do the job, get the win, and then see what's going on around us. That's football, we just made it, so it's good. How far can we go? It's hard to say. I think in this kind of competition, you need a bit of luck in the draw, you need a bit of luck on the pitch. I don't know, it's just taking game after game and seeing where we can go. We all know we like to perform in Europe, the crowd likes to be in Europe, so we're just going to try and make it as long as possible. The club has been very proud about the road to Seville, they've been showing it to us, it's great, but now it's up to us to take game after game and try and do the same. We've got the quality, we've got the group, we've got the fans to do it, so let's go for the best.